3 weeks ago, I left the motorhome in Bergen Airport car park so I'd head home to help Danny finish off all the orders for the Ultimate Norway road trip. Again, so much support for the Norway road trip guide. I really appreciate it. We've had tons of orders, but it was just too many for one person to handle, so I flew home, give Danny a hand with that and get the Lofoten book finished as well. So they're all sorted, thank you very much. But there is some issues. So first off, I don't know how much this airport car park's going to cost. I really didn't check. You just drive in and you have to pay before you leave. I think when I stayed there for one night, I left the van there when Danny first came out. I think it was about 25 quid for one night. So it might be expensive. I don't even know if it's the right car park where I parked it. I just parked it in one where there was space. So it might be like a short stay, really expensive one. I don't know. So that could be costly. The second issue that I've got is I did charge the Ring doorbells a few weeks ago, but not before I left. And the doorbells have actually gone flat about a week ago. So I haven't been able to check on the van at all for a week, which is a bit of an issue. And the third issue is I did actually forget to turn off the fridge and it's running on gas. So although that's not a huge problem because I can go and buy some more gas, I was hoping when I come back to the van, I was going to have loads of LPG left and I didn't have to worry about that. I suppose it's not a bad experiment though, because there's no other things using gas. So I get a good idea of what the true consumption is of the fridge when it's running on gas. There's going to be probably about another 6 episodes in Norway once I get out there. There's this one plus another 5 before Danny heads out, and we'll head off to Denmark to finish the photography for the Ultimate Denmark road trip, which I brought forward from 2026, which was when it was originally planned to be released, to 2025, and it's on pre-order now. Might even be shipping by the time this video comes out, so click the link in the description if you're heading to Norway, you're coming through Denmark, you want to see the best of Denmark. And this is the Ultimate Norway road trip guide. If you haven't ordered one, get yourself a copy. And there's also the Road to Lofoten, which is the Arctic Circle expansion for that guide if you've got more time and you want to go further north. And then the limited edition comes with the road look like this. So with that said, let's fast forward to tomorrow morning. Well, we landed in Bergen. The weather is minging. It's not very often you leave England and land somewhere where it's colder and wetter than it is back home. Unfortunately, I am after going to come back out in the rain because I'm going to go to the van first, just make sure it starts and I haven't got any issues before we have a look at how expensive this car park has been. Because I didn't want to pay for the parking and you have to leave like within 10 minutes I think to then realise that the van will not start. I mean, I'm hoping it'll start, but I didn't want to tempt fate. So I'm going to head to the van, check it out, make sure it's okay. Then we'll come back and see just how much this car park's cost us for 3 weeks to leave me van in an airport. I'm not looking forward to seeing how much this is, to be honest. I just hope the battery's not flat and out daft like that. I suppose the initial test will be, will I sent a lot on work? Way aye. Oh, get me in here. Ugh. Oh, it's good to be back. It's good. Oh my God, it's wet. Oh, it smells lush. I put a brand new air freshener in the van before I left and it smells amazing. Oh. I feel like I've been on holiday. Look at this, you can see. I'm going to leave this on until I've paid for the parking. But I'm going to check that the van's going to start and everything first. Fingers crossed it does. Let's check that now. So I shut these and this mainly just to keep the heat out, if I'm honest. Let's see, does she start? Way aye, knee bother. AdBlue, I forgot to fill the bloody AdBlue still, didn't I? It's annoying. Well, let's have a look. I am leaving SLANE 20NDS. Okay. Okay. 2000 NOK, which is, we'll have to see when I pay for it. How much is this? 155 quid. That's sound. Ugh. That isn't actually too bad at all. I am thoroughly pleased with 155 quid. I've been home 3 weeks. I mean, I don't know technically if I was really supposed to park a motorhome in the car park, but I did, and it's fine. 155 quid. It's about 110 quid to park a normal car at Newcastle Airport for a week. Laughing tea cakes, I'm happy with that. Very surprised actually. I was honestly dreading thinking it's going to be about 250 to 300 quid. But I'm pleasantly surprised. Thank you very much, Bergen Airport. I shall be back. Anyway, I'm going to sort a drink out, get on the road, let's go and get some gas and then get some food. And then I think that's going to be mostly it for today, but we'll see. We'll see what we get up there en route. So as I briefly mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have been home for 3 weeks, and there's a couple of reasons why I kind of had to go home really, and the main one is the 90 days in every 180 that you're allowed because of Brexit and stuff. So basically, with the fact that me, Danny and Amelia are going on a European road trip, including Norway and Denmark and everything, once I'm finished this series, then I'm also off to Spain with the kids and stuff as well. I was going to be on the button, but that didn't allow for any changes at all, like no extra day here or there. I was exactly, as days were dropping off from my Poland trip at the beginning of the year, new ones were going on, and it was going to be too close, so I thought nah. And with the pre-orders to be shipped, the Lufthansa book to get finished, the Denmark book to get sort of expedited so that I can start getting that boxed off sooner so that we can have that done this summer as well, when originally it wasn't planned for that. So I just thought I'd have 2 weeks at home, which is what I'd done, and then I thought, nah, I'll do another week because I didn't feel like I'm ready. Another thing that I have had a chance to do is sort of redesign a lot of the website. We've done a brand new mailing list as well, with loads of new places, loads of new locations. I'm going to be doing emails every few days, or every week as a minimum, really. Probably every 4 days to 7 days, roughly, is what I aim to do. And it's just a short email of like my favourite park-ups maybe, favourite locations, best beaches, tips and tricks that I've sort of figured out over the time, just all of that kind of stuff. So if you're not on the mailing list, there's a link to that in the description. For signing up to the mailing list, you get an instant guide to the Isle of Arran, which is obviously our favourite place. The instant guides are just basically PDF guides with a map attached to it, so you can see all the places that we enjoy the most when we visit the Isle of Arran. The plan for today is, well, it was to try and find a bit of a park up and do some bits and bobs. Obviously I need to fill the gas up and do a bit of shopping. But as you can tell by the scenery on the video that I'm overlaying, I don't think I'm really going to get a chance to do much today because the weather is crap. It isn't forecast to be too much better tomorrow, but we can hope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this part of the video now and skip across to tomorrow morning, where hopefully I'll have a nice sleep, some food, a nice bit of chill time, and fingers crossed the weather is a little bit better than it is now. Good morning. It's Wednesday. I slept like a babby. That waterfall, the white noise off it just blanked everything out. I slept perfectly last night. I snoozed an hour and a half's worth of alarms this morning though, so I feel a little bit more groggy because of that. It always seems like a belter idea at the time. You just think, oh, I'll just stay in bed for a bit, and then you feel crap afterwards. I have got the same gear on. It is actually the next day. I'm trying to preserve my clothes for as long as I can, and I just drove in it for about an hour yesterday, so it's not too minging just yet. So we're going to get on the road shortly, and I'll explain what we're going to do today and where we're starting to head, because I've got a couple of cool things to show you in the coming days. But for now I need to finish sorting the van out, and then we'll get on the road. I've got some rubbish thing I'm putting in the bin. There's bins there, but I don't know if I can. It's not like a proper waterfall where there's like a viewing platform and out, but it looks like there's a gap in the fence, so let's go and see if we can see what it's actually like. It sounds really loud though. Can't see a lot of it, but it's quick. With all the rain that Norway's been having, I'm not really surprised though, to be fair. Well, I was going to cut that out, but I thought I'd leave it in just to show that I am one of them idiots sometimes, and I've definitely just been, I don't know why, as I was driving up to them roadworks there, I just presumed, because it's like a construction truck, I suppose, that he was sort of part of the construction stuff. Normally they have signs that say like traffic lights, and I didn't see one. I seen the 50 mile an hour, but I didn't see any sign that says there's like sort of traffic lights, unless it's sort of hidden behind there. So I just thought, I'll have to have a look at the clip, but we'll play that back and have a little look to see whether there was a signpost that I've just completely missed, but I don't think there was. So I just presumed he'd pulled over as, like I say, as part of one of the construction companies doing the roadworks. And then thankfully I noticed quickly, and then obviously he's beeped to let us know, or he'd be calling us worse than rotten in there. Never mind. Bit of a start to the morning, I suppose. I didn't want to keep banging on about the accident or the incident this morning. I'm going to take a little picture. I'm getting a little, well, it's not disposable, but little cool Olympus Mu 2, Mu 1 even. But anyway, I didn't want to keep banging on about what went on there. But if you have a look at that little clip that I've just put on there, and I'll put it on again so you can see what I'm talking about. There was definitely a sign back there that says traffic lights coming up. Now, at this point, I might have already proved that I'm clearly wrong. I mean, I was clearly, I suppose, wrong. Was I? I don't know. But I didn't see that at the last set of roadworks, where it clearly states, oh, by the way, there's traffic lights coming up. Now, even if it did, I suppose, now that I've had a bit of a chance to figure out how the hell, and it's stressing us out, I'm like, how did I do that? I think it was, the biggest thing was the fact that it was just a lorry that looked exactly like all the rest of them on the construction site. That's no excuse. That doesn't mean like, oh, well, just because it's a specific thing means I can just drive straight through. But the only other thing I can presume is because I didn't see a sign like that, and I don't know if there was one, whether it was much further back before where I'd sort of come out from the viewpoint. I don't know, like, it's not a Norwegian thing to just not have something like that. They are very attentive about what gets put and where, so I'd be surprised if there wasn't one. Maybe it was that, maybe it was before the park up that I stayed in last night, and I've obviously forgotten it this morning. But it has got me battered, because I think, like, how have you done that, you absolute mong? So as you can see, the road snakes all the way up there. You can see the vans and stuff on the way up there. I probably should put my waterproof on because it is raining, but I thought I'm going to come down here and have a look at this properly. You've got some beautiful scenery there, dramatic lighting, you've got these cool buildings with that. I'm going to grab a couple of lenses because it's lovely this, with a low hanging cloud. I might put a jacket on as well because it is a bit wet. Waterproof on, and it stopped raining, obviously. I hate wearing more than a waterproof coat. Feels like I'm inside a crisp packet, it's horrible, but look at the beautiful houses. I'd live in one of them. Photos done. Some canny ones, I think. It's lush. That's the thing when it is sunny, like it was before I left. You kind of lose some of the charm of Norway to a degree on photos because it's just a blue sky all the time, and that's not really what it looks like. So it's nice to have some Norwegian weather. There is a viewpoint right at the very top of the mountain pass up there. Oh, what a nice start. What a contrasting start to nearly driving straight onto oncoming traffic at some roadworks. Right, so with this next little drive here, there's only two ways it's going to go. And one of them, it's going to be a nice little drive. And the second one, it's going to be like pulling teeth because it is zigzaggy. It's shown as yellow on the map, which means obviously there's a fair bit of traffic up there, which I'm not surprised of. There is quite a few cars. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on with this. But what I think I'll do, though, is I'll just face the camera forward and you can just watch that, and I'll maybe talk over it if I have to, or if anything of any interest happens. But let's get up here, shall we?
Well, that was an interesting exit to the park, and the blokes just pulled over and made a point of getting these little Y fronts out. Look at the waterfall, man. I think I've gotten some great photos of that this morning. I'm very happy with that. I really want to do a bit more of my photography on this side of the trip. It kind of become like worky work on the last one. It was quite efficient by the end, where I'm like, right, come on, I just need to get the photos that I need so I can get the book finished and the orders shipped. So I didn't really spend much time with my camera really, other than what I had to. But look at the size of that. There's a lot of water moving down here. What the Norwegians tend to do very well on these roads is leave a ton of space on the corners so that you're not nipped in tight, and there's actually loads of room. I mean, there was dual trailer trucks driving up here when I first stopped to take some photos, so quite clearly you can get up here in pretty much anything. There's no length or height limit as far as I'm aware, so you can do this one as long as it's open in anything that you're driving. We've still got snow on the top of the mountains, which is nice to see. We might see some up on these on these passes. We'll stop and let this car down because it looks a bit tighter there. Come on, sunshine. Let's get to the next corner before another car comes. It was roads like this which was me worry when I first got this van, switching from automatic to manual, because obviously it is a little bit more of a pain because you actually have to move your feet and your hands. But in all fairness, it pulls well, and you didn't need to change gear anywhere near as much as I thought I was going to do. Come boy. Come on, son, it's wide as out here. Get a shuffle on. Are you British? No. German, I think. French. No, it is German. Let's get up here. I'm holding the poor car up behind, but I don't know if there's anywhere really I can let him past where he'll know what I'm doing. Look at that down there. It's beautiful. And as some of you as well on the comments were like saying, oh, you keep saying it's beautiful and look at that, and then not showing us. It's like I say that now on every other word. Like if that was the case, I'd just have to record every single angle of the van while I'm driving and show you, because everywhere is this beautiful. So when I'm saying it, it's not necessarily somewhere that you have to see, and if it is, I always point the camera and say, look at that. So will you just stop whinging? Look at these mountains. Look at that. Now there's a lot of lakes up on the top of here, which is potentially why the waterfall is so vast over here. Obviously you've got the snow and stuff that have melted, a lot of rain, clouds, which obviously cause it, but as far as I'm aware, there's some big old fjords, lakes, whatever you call them, when they're on a mountain. I don't know if they've got a different name like what we do at home. But there's a lot of them on the top of here, which is why there's so much water making its way down the mountain. And in all fairness, it always does in Norway. Once it starts raining like this, the roads and around the roads just turn into little mini waterfalls basically. So there we have it. We're up the mountain, painless, completely painless. And you might, again, I've said this before, if you're not confident, you can just completely like miss things like this. It's not like you're missing scenery that you're not going to get a chance to see elsewhere, although Geiranger is maybe the exception. But you can get away without, like, if you didn't drive roads like that, you wouldn't get home and be really disappointed at what you saw, you know what I mean? So, but it is quite an easy drive. Just take your time. And again, even in June, it's not that busy, not compared to what it would be if it was in like pretty much any other country that was easier to get to than Norway. So I'm just going to push on now, get this little bit of the drive finished off. We'll find this viewpoint and then show you down the other side what it looks like, hopefully. Look at that. Wow, please be along here, viewpoint, because this mountain and the waterfall in the distance looks amazing. I don't think it is going to be along here, actually. Maybe it's further on the other side. Or maybe I've completely missed it. I'm not sure. That's the thing, because I didn't need to be at these places for the guide. I'm not paying as much attention as I probably would be normally to like double check I've definitely gone the right direction and I've definitely got the pins on the map in the right place. I'm just sort of loosely plopped some places down I want to go and visit and just kind of driving. I haven't even got my sat nav set anywhere, so maybe I've missed it. I stopped for a bit. I stopped to go out for a nice walk with my camera and stuff in Victory. It's a beautiful place. Not a massive cruise ship, I suppose, but there's a big cruise ship that was in. And I thought I'll double check for this viewpoint. And basically, I'm nowhere near it. It's in the next strip, the next section of driving once I've had the ferry and I get the ferry to the other side. So I don't know how I got confused with that, to be honest. But the direction that will be coming, because it's basically a viewpoint of one of the mad squiggly little roads again, which you can see. I haven't been able to show you these before, but that's kind of how they look on the map. You just see like just like that, as if there's like a fault with it. So we'll have driven up that and then get the viewpoint and see back down the way we've driven. And then tomorrow we'll obviously head to Bricktall's Brain. So I think we'll probably get that viewpoint done today, and then I'll find a park up somewhere after that, I suppose. I need to edit this video and do some other bits and bobs. So I think we'll do that. We'll push on now. It's an hour and 5 minutes of driving from here, so it's not too bad. And that does include the ferry. And it normally does like a worst case scenario for the ferry. So sometimes if the ferry's there already waiting and you get straight on it and it leaves, then you're laughing. A bit of an update actually with the tolls. So the first invoice that I got for the tolls was 45 quid, and there was quite a few on it, and I'm like, well, that seems cheap. But then the second one that I got when I was at home last was 250 odd quid roughly. So in terms of tolls, I'll have spent about 300 quid in this time, but I haven't tried to avoid any toll roads at all. I've just driven them. If it's the fastest route to get to the place where I need to go, I've just driven them. I've been into Bergen like 3 times. I've been into Stavanger like 2 or 3 times through the tunnel and stuff as well. So I have hammered toll roads, to be fair. You can avoid most of them if you want, but it does involve a bit of a detour. So yeah, thought I'd mention that before I forget. I've had a bit of a change of heart because the weather's got worse, quite a bit worse. It's minging now, and it's forecast to stay minging until basically tomorrow, dinner time, which is a bit of a pain. So thankfully the ferry that I'm on does 3 different locations, and I was heading off to get off at Dragsvik, but instead I'm getting it off at Hella, and then from Hella I can head along to Sognal's Fjords, and then tomorrow that gives us about a 2-hour shorter drive to get up to Bricktall's Brain, which is ideally what I want to show you because it's spectacular. It's pretty special. So that's what I'm going to do instead, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to see a thing up there. The mist, the rain, it's going to be pointless really, and I'll still be able to probably hit that on the way back south anyway. So that's the plan. I've just had a look on the traffic, and it seems like it's going to take us over half an hour to do 6 kilometres to get to Sognal, which is a little bit of a pain. The traffic at the far end looks like it's moving a little bit now, which is good. I'm guessing there's traffic lights and stuff and roadworks. There's signs for roadworks, so it is what it is. The only downside of this really is the fact that this hour until 3 o'clock, 2 till 3, was meant to be the hour where there's the least rain, and then at 3 o'clock, heavy rain, about 90%, and then at 5 o'clock, it's still heavy rain all the way through tomorrow morning, and that about 90 to 100%. But from about 5 o'clock, it's thunderstorms as well in this area, apparently. I've made a judgment call. I've pulled over. I am parked up off the road. The road's just over there, but I'm in the corner, hopefully far enough away from the road that I'll not get too much noise. I've cracked a can of this gluten-free IPA. I am kind of gluten intolerant-ish. Gives us a bit of a bad gut if I have too much. Doesn't wipe us out if I have a bit now and again. It's fine. But if I've been eating loads of crap, then I get a bad belly. So anyway, I've getting that. And the reason being, because it is nice now, but like I said, it is only 3 o'clock or nearly 3 o'clock, and the forecast was meant to be fine between 2 and 3 anyway. However, if I go on, obviously I'm using BBC weather, so from basically 3 o'clock, 99% heavy rain, 100%, 97, thunderstorms all the way through until about 10 o'clock at night, before the rain starts settling a little bit. So rather than just be driving when I haven't really got anywhere specific I need to be, I might just stop. Well, it's not that I might just stop, I am stopping. And I'm going to edit this video, do some other bits. I need to sort the van out. I've got mud all over the carpet from me muddy trainers earlier on. I've got a 3D printed handle which I've replaced, or made at home to replace the one in the bathroom when I come back out, so I'm going to swap them over. I've got bits of stuff to do. I did put all my stuff away yesterday, but there's still stuff to sort out in the van, so I'm going to just use it as a chance to sort of fix me stuff that I need to fix, I suppose. I think with that in mind, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. I hope you're kind of enjoying the series. If you are, great. If you're not, soz, and I'll see you in the next one. This episode is part of a daily vlog series, so you can head back and watch the previous episode by clicking here, or if you're brand new to this road trip, why not jump back to episode 1 by clicking here and start it from the very beginning.